Welcome. Today we will see electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is an important branch of chemistry which has lot of applications such as corrosion, fuel cell, batteries. For example, batteries. They have lot of applications. India has established Central Electrochemical Research Institute because of the importance of electrochemistry. In this, we will study about the fundamentals, definitions and the formulas used for solving IIT JAM GATE exams. Before we solve the competitive exam problems, we need to understand the basics. Let us refresh the basics, fundamentals, equations for solving the problems. Okay, let us first what do you mean by cell in electrochemistry? A cell is made up of two electrons and electrolytic solution. There are two types of cells, electrolytic cell and galvanic cell, and in electrolytic cell is governed with the part 1 of electrochemistry, and galvanic cell or voltaic cell, example Daniel cell, batteries, they are in the part 2 of electrochemistry. Okay, let us now talk about electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Okay. When electricity is passed, when electric current, when electricity is passed through a cell, the electrolysis takes place, the chemical reaction takes place. Whereas in galvanic voltaic cell, the reverse, the chemical energy, the chemical reaction leads to electrical energy. For example, in secondary storage battery or in primary storage battery, the chemical reactions takes place which gives energy. It is a non-spontaneous process. It is a spontaneous process. Therefore, it does not do any work. It does work. Okay. These are the basic differences between electrolytic cell and a galvanic cell. Okay. Now let us talk about Faraday's law of electrolysis. There are two laws of electrolysis. First law and second law. First law states that the mass of the substance deposited or discharged is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolytic solution. You have in a cell, it is made up of two electrons and electrolytic solution. Okay, so when you pass electricity, the substance will be deposited or discharged. For example, copper will be deposited, hydrogen will be liberated. The mass is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed. That is the unit of electricity. Quantity of electricity is coulomb. Okay, coulomb. And M equal to Z is the proportionality constant times Q, where Z is the electrochemical equivalent. Where Q is the quantity of electricity passed. That is the amount of current passed for period t seconds. Okay, t seconds, I in ampere, t in seconds. Now, what is Z? Now, Z equal to M by Q. Okay, M by Q. That is the electrochemical equivalent. That is mass of the electrochemical equivalent is defined as the mass of the substance deposited per 1 coulomb of current passed through the electrolytic cell. Mass deposited for 1 coulomb of current passed through the electrolytic solution. Okay, let us now come to the second law. The mass of the substance deposited is directly proportional to the equivalent weight, equivalent mass of the electrolytic substance. Okay, for a fixed quantity of current passed through two cells. For example, you have two electrochemical cells. We pass the constant amount of electricity Q. Let us pass the constant quantity of electricity Q. Therefore, M1 is directly proportional to E1 and M2 is directly proportional to the equivalent weight of the substance 1. M2 is the is directly proportional to the equivalent weight of the substance 2. Therefore, on taking ratio, we can obtain, suppose if you know the equivalent weight of one substance, we can calculate the equivalent weight of the unknown, because this is known, the mass of the substance deposited is known, the mass of the deposited 1 is known, equivalent weight of one substance is known. Using this expression, we can calculate the equivalent weight of the unknown substance, unknown electrolytic substance. Okay, now what is 1 Faraday? 1 Faraday is nothing but 1 Faraday of electric quantity of electricity deposits 1 gram equivalent weight of the substance. 1 Faraday of current, when you pass through the electrolytic solution, it will discharge or it will deposit 1 equivalent weight of the substance. Okay, 1 Faraday is nothing but 96,500 coulombs. That is, 1 Faraday is nothing but charge on 1 mole of electrons. Charge on 1 mole of electron. Therefore, charge on 1 electron, that is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb into Avogadro number will give this 96,500. Okay, now let us move to specific resistance and conductance. What is specific resistance? The resistance of a solution of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor and inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay, so length, as you increase the length, the resistance increases, and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay, now R equal to rho L by A, where rho is the constant called specific resistance. This is the resistance and this is specific resistance, and L by A is called cell constant. L by A is called cell constant. This is constant because the area of the cross section of the length and area of the cross section will be constant. Okay, the reciprocal of resistance. The reciprocal of resistance is known as, and the inverse of resistance is known as conductance. Therefore, 1 by C equal to 1 by, this is kappa, this constant in terms of kappa, specific conductivity 1 by kappa, and L by A. Therefore, kappa equal to conductance into cell constant. This is one of the most important expression to calculate various problems. Okay, now equivalent conductance and molar conductance. The formula for calculating the equivalent conductance is the lambda equal to 1000 kappa by n, where n is the normality of the electrolytic solution, where kappa is the specific conductivity. Okay, this is equivalent conductance. Equivalent conductance is defined as the conducting power of all the ions produced by 1 gram equivalent weight of the substance in a given solution. Whereas molar conductance is given by 1000, same, divided by concentration. Here it is normal number of equivalents per liter, here number of moles per liter. Okay, and again, what is the specific conductance? What is specific conductance? It is defined as the conductance of 1 centimeter cube of the electrolytic solution. For example, here you have electrode here, this here electrode, and this is the length, and this is the area of the cross section, and this is the length. Specific conductance is the conductance of 1 centimeter cube of the electrolytic solution. 1 centimeter cube equal to 1 cc. Okay, 1 centimeter cube is also written as 1 cc, and 1 by again 1 by c, B equal to 1 by c, as c is decreasing dilution. We are doing dilution. Therefore, 1 by c, lambda m equal to kappa b. Okay, there is a common question asked in IIT JAM, GATE, CSIR. Okay, on dilution, specific conductivity decreases, whereas molar conductance increases. Why? As you see here, if you see the expression, when you on dilution or on decreasing the concentration, on dilution, the lambda is increases directly proportional. Lambda m is directly proportional to V. For example, kappa is equal to lambda m divided by V. Therefore, as the dilution increases, specific conductivity increases because the number of ions present in 1 cc of the solution is decreasing as we increase the dilution. The number of ions present in 1 centimeter cube of the solution decreases. Okay, and also by this expression, as dilution increases, the equivalent conductance increases, whereas the specific conductance decreases with the increase in dilution. And next, how is the degree of dissociation of the electrolyte calculated from the conductance measurement? How it is calculated from the conductance measurement? Alpha equal to lambda m divided by lambda naught m. This is the formula used. This is the molar conductance at particular concentration. Say this is the molar conductance at infinite dilution, at zero concentration. Molar conductance at infinite dilution or zero concentration. For weak electrolyte only alpha can be calculated. For strong electrolyte it is completely dissociated. Therefore alpha equal to 1. Completely dissociated. For weak electrolyte we can use this formula to calculate. In the next class we will see some more fundamentals and formulas. Thank you.